What's up, everyone? What's happening? Welcome back to another video. Okay, I'm putting this video up a little earlier today instead of going to work. I'm actually heading down to a poll center. I'm helping out in Joe Colorado's campaign against Nicole Malliotakis for a congressional seat representing the 11th district in small parts of Brooklyn and Staten Island. This is a congressional seat. The winner of this primary will go up against Max Rose, the Democrat, who currently holds the seat. Just throwing my hat in the ring, giving a little hand to a local guy. Joe is from Brooklyn. He lives in Staten Island. I know him not too well, not personally, but through social media and stuff, and know quite a few people who do know him, and he actually is a very nice guy. He's actually one of the only real conservative politicians. Well, he's not a politician yet, but he's a real conservative running for office in Brooklyn, because as you know, a New York Republican is nothing more than a Democrat doing the speed limit. This guy is an actual real conservative, a real Republican, young guy. So I definitely want to help out as much as I can. Let's see how it goes today in the primaries. Another primary going on in the 14th district for parts of the Bronx and Queens is the famous celebrity politician, the formerly known as a bartender, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's up against Michelle Cabrera. Hopefully she can pull off the win over AOC. She's largely not liked in her own district. Polls came out favoring AOC big time to win the primary. But a lot of people from the district is not very happy with her. If we've learned anything about polls, especially in 2016, where depending on what poll you read, Hillary had a 70%, 80%, 90% chance of beating Donald Trump, and that turned out to not be the case because of the silent majority of people who didn't participate in the polls or weren't honest in the poll. And then they came out to support their candidate and they put Trump in office. And the same thing can happen in AOC's district. AOC herself, who beat in a primary when she first, she's a freshman congresswoman. When she beat Joe Crowley for the position, she was an unknown. No one thought she was going to pull it off, and she actually did pull it off. All she had to do was win the primary, and she wins the district. The general's no big deal. I mean, if you have a D next to your name anywhere here in New York City, New York State for that matter, at this point, you almost win as long as you win your primary. The primary is the hardest part. If someone primaries you in the election, all you gotta do is win it, and that's it. You're in. The general means absolutely nothing in a democratic state and a democratic city. But it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out today. Sometime at 9:30, the polls end. So I'm guessing by tomorrow morning we'll know who wins these primaries. Of course, I'm rooting for my guy. I'm going to do the best I can to play my part and help out. But more importantly, it's to see AOC get taken down. Hopefully she loses today against Miss Cabrera. I think she has a very good chance. There's been multiple debates. I've watched quite a few of them. They're pretty terrible debates for that district in the primary. It was nothing interesting at all to report. It was just the same old. AOC, going on and on about her, not really much of policy, but just things that she doesn't like, and saying she's going to do this and she's going to do that. It was all very, very far radical stuff as usual. There was Miss Khan, another woman who was from the Bronx, who was running for the same, running in that primary. She's very uneventful. There's nothing to really report. And then Miss Cabrera just staying on the attack, the same old attack over and over, same words against AOC, saying AOC is MIA in her district. It was over and over. Very uneventful debate. Hard to watch. Sit down and watch 1 hour. That debate is like I probably would rather have my teeth pulled than to sit through those debates. But AOC has a candidate in Miss Cabrera who has a lot of backing, a lot of financial backing, like Goldman Sachs. There's a few other big companies put a lot of money into her campaign, donated a lot of money into her campaign. I believe the CEO of Home Depot also sunk a lot of money into her campaign. They want to see AOC gone. They want to get rid of her. So they put money into her opponent's campaign. So did quite a few Republicans. Anything to get rid of AOC. I mean, she is a very divisive individual. She shakes things up a little too much. She'll go against her own kind. Typical, typical communist. I mean, this is what they do. They're like here to cause trouble as much as they possibly can, destroy the whole system. There's a lot of infighting going on between the Democratic Social Party here in New York City and the Democratic Party. Competing ideologies is pretty much what it is. So they're going to be at each other's throats. Republicans are a lot more united on that front, but it's just not enough of us here in New York City or in the state anymore. We're pretty much being chased out. Now, if you want to meet a New York Republican, you got to go to Florida. You know, if they didn't go down there and vote blue, I don't know. Maybe Staten Island is still holding it down. Parts of Long Island are still holding it down as far as being red. Maybe a couple counties upstate New York. That's about it. But New York City, it's over with for Republicans. I mean, at some point in the near future, you probably won't be allowed to even wear a red shirt, let alone have a Republican candidate to vote for. But we're going to see how it goes on, how it happens later on tonight, and then most likely in the morning we'll have the actual results. I'm going to be at a watch party tonight with Joe. I'll be there with a bunch of other people. We're going to, I guess, get the news as early as we possibly can as far as if he wins or not. Hopefully he does. I wish him a lot of luck. I mean, he's probably one of the only real, true conservatives that are in the Republican Party that's running for office. So I wish him a lot of luck and a lot of success for this campaign. I feel if he can beat Nicole Malliotakis, he can definitely beat Max Rose for the seat, which is very important to get rid of Max Rose, get rid of him. He's also a I don't know. I think he's with the Democratic Party, but he leans a lot of ways into the radical leftist abyss of democratic socialism. He has a lot of that sediment I've seen in a lot of his ways, his votes and the things that he says and the things that he stands behind. But either way, it's very important to get rid of these characters of AOC and Max Rose. Get them out of there and start getting some candidates with an R next to their name into these seats. Take the House back and move forward in November. I'm pretty confident Trump is going to win. He's going to beat Joe Biden. Joe Biden just announced, his campaign announced that there will be at least 3 debates going into the November election. We're looking forward to these debates. Hopefully they're not done through like Zoom or something like that. Hopefully they're live debates. I'd like to see exactly how this plays out. Trump is really great at getting under people's skin. He's a showman. He's great at making people laugh. He's great at throwing digs at people. I think Joe Biden will be easy to unsettle him, get him nervous, get him excited, get him upset. This is a man who's, appears that his cognitive functions are on the decline. It's probably easy to rattle him up and get him going, get him shaking, and then he'll start saying some crazy stuff and a bunch of gaffes. His debates are not going to go over very well, especially on the national stage in front of a lot of people, in front of all the people that will be voting. It might turn off a lot of swing voters, so it's a very good, it could be a good position for Trump to get him in debates and rattle him up a little bit, shake his cage, get his feathers going. That's about it. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video.